Scorpio. I hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for June 13th to the 19th, 2022. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides regarding June 13th to the 19th, 2022. But before we begin this reading, Scorpio, as always, I would like to let you know that you are super welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. And if you feel that this reading resonates with you, Scorpio, definitely smash that like button and subscribe if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Scorpio. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what it is that wants to come through for you for June 13th to the 19th, 2022. So yeah. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, as I was shuffling, I felt like there was like a little, when like something, you think like a bug flies into your eye? Let me know on camera. I don't know if that just happened or not. I don't know if you could even see. But, so maybe this week it's going to feel like your day's going smooth and then, a bug flew into my, that's happened to me. One time I was hanging out with my friends and, I was having a great time in the woods until a little bug flew into my eye and I had to like get it out. And as I pushed it to get out, it like disintegrated into more pieces in my eye. And I was like, and it was horrible. All right, Scorpio, so let's get to your reading. There's a lot of intensity going on here, but this is like one of the biggest spiritual transformations of your life. I can't remember the last time that I pulled a reading like this where there's most of the cards are major arcana, Scorpio, most of the cards. For the returning viewers, there's something happening in June 2022 for you that is so big, so transformational that anything that I basically try to say is going to take away from it. But let's go ahead and unpack this for you. In your opportunity, Scorpio, you have the devil, okay? And in your challenge, you have the moon. So in the devil here, in your opportunity, Scorpio, I am getting that, this is to first and foremost, maybe break away from any sort of thing that is holding your frequency down that has entered into your life. The devil here in your opportunity is to really just admit that maybe you have certain programs running that are not really of your own making, that you've adopted from society. This also could be, I'm getting specific individuals. A lot of you could be going through a major breakup or a major career change that your opportunity is to basically go down into hell so that you could go up into the heavenly realm or to create heaven on earth. There's a quote, Scorpio, that says, religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for people who have already been there. And it seems like for the week of the 13th to the 19th, you have your own little simulated form of hell. And hell is a different place for all of us. But it seems like you need to go into hell to find out that it doesn't really exist as a place. This is a big part of your destiny, I promise you, Scorpio. And your challenge, you have the moon. And it just seems very unknown where your life is going. Seems a lot of things are out in the dark. I'm getting that you don't really understand why it has to happen like this, but you have to understand, Scorpio, that there is a higher order to what we call good and bad. So when I look at the most traumatic, horrible things that ever happened to me in my life, at the time it sucks, you're going through hell, but when you look back 3-6 years later, you always see the silver lining. And there is a silver lining here where you realize that, don't let your demons take you to hell. Introduce them to heaven. Seriously. Within every adversity contains the seed of an equivalent or greater advantage, right? Napoleon Hill. Within every adversity contains the seed of an equivalent or greater advantage. Meaning, it's basically like, let me show you your overall general energy here, Scorpio. There's something that's disturbing the balance in your life, but it's happening for a higher reason. You have the Justice card, you have the Five of Swords, and you also have the Wheel of Fortune here in your overall general energy here. So I'd be very careful with whatever you got going on here, Scorpio. Know that it is happening for a higher reason. The Justice card is being grilled by this Five of Swords. So once again, you have to be aware that there's a force in your life here that's not really for you anymore, and it's starting to get very destructive. So this could be your own destruction from holding on to something that you know is simply not for you anymore. I'm getting that for some of you, not all of you, there really could be like an individual that doesn't want to see you do good. And you have to be able to spot that individual. This may have to do with walking away from authority, whatever that authority means in your life, Scorpio. We're going to have to clarify to see this one. But I mean, look at all these major arcanas once again. In what you don't see coming, Scorpio, you have the Fool, you have the Hierophant, and you also have the Six of Pentacles here. So I'm getting you walking away from stability, walking away from some sort of belief system, or even like literal like organization, structure, relationship that's no longer serving you. Because this is, the Hierophant is the centerpiece to your reading, and the Fool is the Fool's getting out of there. Okay, the Fool is all about embracing the unknown. The most trippy thing about this reading, Scorpio, is that the Fool is walking right into the moon. And this is your challenge. So what I will tell you, it's very similar to last week, Scorpio. You don't know where you're going, but you know exactly where you're not meant to be. You know exactly where you're not meant to be, and that is sometimes more powerful than knowing exactly where you're meant to go. I swear to God, because there was this time in my life where it was very similar to this. I made the decision to drop out of college. I packed everything into my little car. I drove from New York all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada, lived out of my car there, basically on and off for a year and a half. I didn't know what was going to happen, but goddamn was my reality exciting. Goddamn was I not bored. So there's a boredom here that you may be letting go of, and you may run into... Spirit is also telling you to get the hell out and make a very quick decision. I'm telling you, Scorpio, you got to get out of something. I don't know what this is. I'm getting told that it's going to be different things for different Scorpios, and you're intuitive enough, Scorpio. You're psychic as hell to know what this is for you. You may be going away from some sort of structure that provides security in the physical world, but this is spiritual. Whatever's happening for you, Scorpio, it is deep. Devil, Moon, Fool, Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune, Justice. In the advice from your spirit guide, Scorpio, you have the Six of Swords, you have the Five of Wands, and you also have the Queen of Swords. This is getting down dirty. This is like showing that power you have, Scorpio. I'm getting the Queen of Swords as your own energy. If you're a guy, it could be a Queen of Swords that you got to get the hell away from, or if you're more masculine, whatever. In general, Scorpio. But the first card here is the Six of Swords. And whatever it is that you're moving away from, some sort of stable structure into, there could be a fear of competition, but Scorpio, you got it. If you're moving away from something, this is literally Scorpio, this is literally physically get out. And of course, you have to listen to your intuition above all else, right? But the Five of Wands is where the Six of Swords is going. And so I feel the advice from Spirit is there's other people out there that you're going to have to sift through or find what is right for you. Something about competition here, moving towards the competition. Some of you may be reliant on a job just because you think, oh, I don't really have it, what it takes to do anything better. But that's complete bullshit. You have the Queen of Swords in the advice. Like, you are powerful more than you know, Scorpio. And there's some sort of spiritual force that's letting you know that here, Scorpio. I mean, super, super intense stuff. Let's go ahead and clarify why the devil is here in your opportunity. As well, some of you could be getting outside of the box, embracing your own unique divine essence, and maybe getting in touch with your own sexuality. It doesn't have to be with all that for you, but for all of you. But for some of you, Scorpio, I am getting with the devil as your opportunity is embrace who you are, everything about you, especially something that you've been told is unacceptable. I would say to at least look at it from a different perspective. You could be having like a, for a lot of you, this could be internal because there are a lot of major arcana, but I'm not really. So this could be a shift in your identity for a lot of you. Like, who am I? The devil, like, embracing your dark side so that it doesn't, like, what I'm sensing, Scorpio, a lot of you have compartmentalized your dark side and you've tried to basically say, that's not me, I've shoved it into a box. But it's like the yin yang, the darkest part of the light, Scorpio. And if you kind of try to suppress your dark side, to where it's like, what happens when, like, priests, they say, I don't want to have sex my whole life, I'm going to suppress that part of me, right? Maybe some people, that's their path and that's their path. But for most of that, what happens there? Bad things, right? What happens with those Hierophant situations, Scorpio? You cannot, like Carl Jung says, if you suppress the shadow and you compartmentalize it and you try to ignore it, it will come out in worse ways. As Jordan Peterson says, catch things while they're small. Conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. If I could maybe even title this video, conflict delayed is conflict multiplied, right? So, there's a lot of darkness here, but it's leading you to the light. Let's go ahead and see why this devil is here. This is insane. Once again, I mean, back to back, really, Scorpio. I mean, yeah. But wow, why is the devil here? The devil's clarified by the Page of Pentacles here in your opportunity. So this could very well be a shift in your physical world for a lot of you. Maybe giving up security in the form of a relationship to go back to a more immature energy that's going to build a solid foundation for you. And it is part of your destiny, Scorpio. The devil to the Page of Pentacles here. I'm just getting different things for different Scorpios, but basically, like Jesus said, you must build a foundation on solid ground. A lot of you have built a foundation not on solid ground, but it's very painful to admit that. It's very, very painful to admit that, Scorpio. But if you don't do it now, it's like, why not just do it now, right? Let's also clarify why the Wheel of Fortune is here. I mean, the angels have got your back. I'm getting that you have super duper extra spiritual protection at this time. You have super extra spiritual protection at this time because you have a very big mission here that you're here for, and there's basically a lot of dark forces that are trying to take you off that path, whether those be your own psychology, social conditioning, or literal archons, right? Why do you think they call it the major arcana and the minor arcana? Minor. Some of you are going to be like, what? It's fine. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Balance. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here for Scorpio? I'm telling you, this is leading you to your true soul family, to where you're truly meant to be in life, okay? So you got to let the forest burn away, Scorpio. I mean, you have the Wheel of Fortune to the Four of Wands here. there is a soul family that you're moving towards. There's people that you're meant to meet, and maybe meant to beat out people who are not meant for you. I don't know. The Four of Wands is about homecoming, rite of passage, soul family. And, it's like, it brings me back to the time where I was talking to you about, where I was like literally like hungry for food, living out of my car in Las Vegas desert. I literally went into that experience saying, I'm either going to make it out of this alive or not. Burning the boats, right? And it was a rite of passage for me. So you're going through a deep rite of passage, because if it were easy, everyone would do it, Scorpio. If you want what the 1% has, you got to do what the 99% of people aren't willing to do. And you can make that percentile anything you want. If you want what the 95% of people don't have, you got to do it with the 5%. So whatever level you're at. During those dark times, I actually met a lot of my own soul family members. A lot. In Las Vegas. That I'm still tight to this day. So you're meant to meet people through this very dark time that are going to be with you. And like this time as well, I will say, is showing you who's on your side and who's not. Who's with you for your status and who's with you for your soul. That type of shit. It's deep. Who approves of you just because of your title and your partner, and who approves of you because they want you to really be happy. Those are the things you're learning now, Scorpio. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading. I hope that you have a great time.